regardless of your status, ask for help. Call 311 if you need transportation to a cooling center. No questions asked. 911 if it's an emergency. No questions asked. We're treating everyone as we would want someone to treat our family.
Resources still very much needed across the city, and right now crews are doing what they can to restore power and bring as many people back online as quickly as they can. We've watched the outage numbers all day. They are steadily improving. Right now, about 191,000 customers are still without electricity. The height of the outages, we saw nearly 1 million people in the region without power.
Slowly but surely. In some areas, school districts will be closed again tomorrow, including Spring Branch ISD. The district releasing a statement saying about a third of their schools are still without power. Cy-Fair ISD also closed again tomorrow. And Cy-Fair is waiving this year's final exams for seniors.
Tonight, some senior living facilities have their power back on, but other facilities are still waiting.
Yes, they are. KHOU 11's Jalissa Garza joins us from Northeast Houston tonight at the Cypress Gardens Senior Living Apartment Complex. Jalissa, still no power there. How are folks holding up?
Well, as you can imagine, it has been difficult for the folks here, especially those who need the power to plug in any essential medical equipment. A viewer actually reached out to us expressing their concerns via email, and the Houston Fire Department has been going to different places to check in on senior citizens. Today, they made a stop here.
This answer to a prayer.
A generator, water, ice, all signs of relief for the folks at Cypress Gardens Senior Living as they brace another day with no power.
See, on this side you get a breeze, you can feel it. On that side over there, you can't, and I live on that side.
The heat isn't the only challenge.
I'm in the handicap room. I have a cane, I have one eye. And with the elevators out, it's been very inconvenient trying to walk up and down the stairs. The staircase is real dark, even in the daytime.
The folks here say they've been working to help each other out as best they can.
My sister there, she's been bringing me ice and water and stuff, and I've been helping out other people too. You know, we share stuff.
Monday, the Houston Fire Department, along with the Health Department, paid a visit to see what the situation was like.
Most people, what they need is air conditioning and a place to plug in, whether it's to recharge their phone or if they have a motorized wheelchair or the oxygen concentrators, as I pointed out. Food is another issue.
They want to make sure these residents have everything they need as they continue to wait for their lights to come back on.
Some snacks and some other things that they need, air conditioning.
And say it's vital that people are checking in on each other and reaching out for help if needed as soon as they can.
Day 4, and it's taken this long before folks are raising their hands and saying, hey, I need a little bit of help. On one hand, that's a credit to them, but on the other hand, we want everyone to know that if you need help, raise your hand. We're going to see what we can do to help you.
The complex is creating a cooling room. They now have 2 generators. They had one earlier, but we've seen more water has been brought. Again, another generator. And we're told that the Red Cross will be here to help provide some meals since a lot of people lost their food with the power being out. Now, again, city leaders want to urge people, if you know of any senior citizens in your area that might need help, to go ahead and reach out. Live in Northeast Houston, Jalissa Garza, KHOU 11 News.
Jalissa, thank you for the latest there.
So when will the lights come back on for everyone? Well, CenterPoint says their goal is to have a substantial restoration by Wednesday. Sherman Chow joins us live as so many are anxious to get their power back while also dealing with damage at their place. Sherman.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything stand out to you? Oh, maybe the house behind me? Yeah, Houstonians painfully familiar with the blue tarp, which is of course used to cover damage in homes. And then take a look down here, what's left of the oak tree that was in the front yard. When it flipped over, the force so powerful, it literally ripped up part of the driveway. That rebar also pulled up, shattering the cement and the concrete. And the family who lives here, the Rushings, oh, well, they were home for all of it. The Rushings were home when that storm hit and an oak fell over in the front and a big pine in the backyard, taking down power lines. They've already notified their home insurance and had an electrician out. But unfortunately for them, once this neighborhood has power restored, perhaps tomorrow or Wednesday, it is not going to help them.
Still no power yet.
When they do get the power back, what's your situation?
Well, we're still waiting on the final clearance to make sure the structure's safe. We don't know if the load-bearing walls have taken any damage yet.
And no school today, huh?
Nope.
Normally kids are really excited about that, but
Yeah, I am excited about that. Finals are optional now.
because of the storm?
Yep.
So that is good news for Noah, who goes to Second Baptist. A little bit of a silver lining for him there. Family is working on cleaning everything up inside in this heat without AC, so when the remediation folks come tomorrow, the house will be ready. Back out here live, let me give you a little bit better look at the damage. You can see up here where that roof has literally folded in down, collapsed, and then the brick facade there has buckled. So the big question, of course, for homes that have suffered really bad storm damage is if the structure itself is secure. That's what the Russians want to know before they have all the lights flipped back on. An important question for folks out there. I know you want that power, just make sure it's safe inside when you do. Guys, back to you.
It really is just the beginning for so many people who've had damage to their place. Sherman Chow this evening. Thank you.
When disaster strikes, we find Texans always helping Texans. Today, HISD and the Houston Food Bank teaming up to hand out food and supplies to those affected by the storms just north of downtown. And as we take a live look outside right now, unfortunately, temperatures on the rise.
It is the feels like temperatures that quickly jumped up. Such unfortunate timing, even though it's mid-May, Dave.
Yeah, it's mid-May. We're still technically in spring, but we can get temps in the 90s and heat indexes up to 100 this time of the year. And that's what we're flirting with right now. Hot, hazy in Galveston. Temperatures across the downtown area are in the upper 80s to near 90. There's Bush at 88, Hobby's 88, Tomball's 90, Sugarland is 90, Galveston is 83. You factor in the humidity, it feels like 94 at Bush. Hobby feels like 96. Sugarland feels like 99. Wharton feels like 100 right now, so dangerously hot if you're outside, even if you have AC. This evening, 80s by 7 o'clock, still 80 at 9 o'clock, upper 70s as we head on off to bed tonight. It will stay warm and humid. We're just not going to get much of a chance to cool down overnight as we head into what's going to be quite a warm rest of the week. There are rain chances. They're not big, but they're not zero. I'll show you, and we could see another thunder shower in here when I see you again in a couple of minutes.
All right, David, we'll see you then. Houston ISD says they'll provide an update within the next hour on which schools could be closed tomorrow because of the storm damage.
Today, HISD Superintendent Mike Miles approved students to go home early at Heights High School and Reynolds Elementary. Both schools had power restored. However, the AC was not working properly. We talked to frustrated parents at Heights High School.
This was a wrong decision by HISD. I mean, you have some kids that still don't have power. The school, yeah, it has power, but there's no AC. It's 94 degrees in some of these classes. A friend of mine picked up his son, and his clothes were soaked. This was a bad decision. Sometimes that attendance just isn't worth jeopardizing some of your kids. What if some of these kids have diabetes? The warm weather is not a friend to people with diabetes.
HISD's Pershing Middle School also dealt with AC issues but did not release early for the day. We have a list of school closures along with the latest on power outages. It's all on our website. You can also text the word storm and we'll send the guide right to your phone.